Now joining me on the 24th floor, a homegrown Hall of Famer, Mr. William Bedford Jr., a former Memphis Tiger and NBA champion with the Detroit Pistons. Mr. Bedford, we appreciate you joining the show, man. You might be the biggest celeb we've had on thus far. I don't know. We only got you talked about Rochelle Stevens. She's an Olympian, so she's up there, gold medalist. But Hall of Famer, man, that's big time.
Yeah, I understand.
For those who are unfamiliar with your game, we're going to pull up this full screen and give them your resume real quick. Bedford is a Memphis native, an alum of Melrose High School, went to the University of Memphis where he's a third-team All-American in 1986, also was a member of the Tigers team that went to the 1985 Final Four, still 26th all-time in points on the scoring list, 4th all-time in blocks. And Bedford would get drafted 6th overall to the Phoenix Suns in '86, played 6 seasons in the league, winning an NBA title in 1990 with the Detroit Pistons. And now the biggest of his accomplishments, he will be inducted into the American Basketball Hall of Fame in Detroit on August the 17th. I know that's something you've certainly been looking forward to. How does it feel to be recognized as a Hall of Famer?
Well, first of all, they changed the date. It's from the 17th of August. They pushed it back to November 9th.
Okay, so you got a little bit more time to do it.
A little bit more time to work on your speech and your dress and your weight.
Right. Yeah, you got to pick that suit you're going to fit into.
You got to fit into a good one.
For sure. How's it felt to be named a Hall of Famer? What was that opportunity, that moment like for you?
Well, it was a complete shock to me because I was sitting home when I got the letter first. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe it, and I showed it to my wife. I'm like, is this real? And she was like, yeah, it is real. And I got a phone call from my friend Jordan that told me about, this inductee. And I was really shocked about it. It surprised me.
What do you think it says about who you are in the lore of basketball for the American Basketball Hall of Fame to say, yeah, we want this guy in there?
Well, it speaks a lot because look at the names that are before me. And
Kobe's in there.
Yeah, and to be mentioned in that same sentence as any of those guys, it's quite an honor. And I'm more humbled than anything to be in there. So,
you have been a long and storied career. Obviously, a lot of it kind of stems from your time with the Tigers, right? Being a third-team All-American. What was it like for you, and what kind of pride does it give you to be somebody who is from Memphis to have played for the University of Memphis and accomplished so much?
Well, I mean, I'm like you said, I'm from here, and I love my town. I love this city. Basketball is great here. My experience of playing over at the University of Memphis was some of the best times of my life, And it's Memphis State in my time, but it was just wonderful to be there, And the guys that was playing on the same team, we all was from Memphis, the whole team. So, I mean, it was just a wonderful feeling to have that group of guys to be that part and feel like family.
Yeah. Take me through that 1985 season. You guys go to the Final Four. What was that run like for you? And it's something Memphis really hasn't seen since then besides the 2008 National Championship game.
It was exciting because I think not too long ago I was talking to one of the players, and we were talking about how we were standing in the dorm watching all the people that were standing out cheering for us, and we really couldn't believe that there was that many people, actually behind us and watching us playing basketball. So that was one of the big experiences in my life. Is just you feel like a rock star. You look out and the whole crowds everywhere. It was pretty exciting.
What do you remember about that third-team All-American nod? Do you remember how you felt how old were you then? 19, 20, 21?
19, 20. How I feel about the run?
Yeah. He was the man that year, 17 points a game. He was leading the team in scoring. He was leading the team in blocks and rebounds. I mean, he was the guy that year.
We were just concentrating on the championship. I wasn't. I mean, there was nothing else we were looking at. That was just no individual records. Not what I did. It was all about the team.
What do you remember most about your time in Memphis as a Tiger?
What do I remember most?
Make sure it's safe for TV, bro, because
man,
I know y'all got some times over there.
It's a lot. It's just 2 minutes. I can't choose.
Okay, well, we can go to the NBA then. Yeah, because you were drafted to the Phoenix Suns, played 6 seasons. Obviously, you were an NBA champion. I think any person who dreams of playing in the league dreams of being an NBA champion. What was that year like
Well, that year, as you know, we were doing a repeat, and every team is gunning for you.
Yeah.
Every game was hard. Every game was tough, even when you had to fight against the refs also. So, I mean, that
You
year
guys were the bad boys.
Yeah, that year was more exciting because we had to live up to that. We started, so we had to live up to it, and it was just normal how we play in practice. And I mean, it was no different from us playing in practice and playing the game. We played the same way. And then they started getting us the bad name, the bad boys. No, it was just real physical play.
They don't play like that no more.
They can't play like that.
They can't play like, okay.
There's a difference there.
Good point. Some of those personalities that were on that team, if you look through the video that we have in there, like Rodman's on that team. They talk about, Thomas and Lambeer. What were some of those personalities like playing on that team and practicing, I guess, with those guys?
Well, during practice time, everybody came to be serious. We always took practice, even shoot around. We took it very serious, and sometimes we hung out together. We go out to eat together, go shop together, do whatever, but mainly stick around. So, it'd be like if nobody would get in trouble. Like during the playoff times, we all just really stayed dormant, and nobody knew where we were. So,
when you look back on your career, and you look back at everything that you've done and has culminated in what's now going to be a Hall of Fame induction, does anything stick out, or what has basketball really meant to you in your life?
It's meant a lot because I've been able to travel to a lot of places and see a bunch of things I thought I'd never be able to see in my life. I was experienced playing with some of the greatest players that ever played the game. Just to be in the same arena, in the same locker room with some of them was a blessing. So, I can say I think I had a pretty great career.
Is there anything you're going to say in your speech? Have you worked on the speech yet? What are we talking about? Anybody you're going to thank specifically?
I first thought about going up there starting off doing comedy, but I was like, no, I don't think nobody's ever did that. But it's a speech that I'm gonna have to work on. I'm glad it's set off to the 19th or to the 9th of November, so I have plenty of time to work on it.
For sure.
And I'm pretty sure I have a few people that want to put in a few words and tell me what to say. But I'm good. We're gonna be all right.
I'm curious about your thoughts on how college basketball works today. As you were certainly somebody who were at the height of your powers in the college game, what do you think about how college basketball has kind of evolved since you were there?
Evolved or take a step back?
That's your opinion. You tell me.
Okay, the worst thing I think ever could have happened to college was the one and done. Also, the transfer portal. Because the reason I say that is because when you come out of high school and go in college that freshman year, you still a high schooler.
Yeah.
You still got kid thoughts. You want to run around and play and do this, that, and the other. Okay, but now they're going to come and give you all this money. What are you going to do? There's a high possibility you get in trouble.
I'm 29. I don't know what I would do with that kind of money.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to come and give you $200 million right now.
You're right.
Okay. Now, another thing. When you go into transfer portal, you're going to different teams to play. How do you think you're going to go to another university and get on that team and be the number one man? Well, what about the guy that was there before you got there?
He done transferred out too.
Okay, but how are you going to build stats? You're not going to build stats for nobody to say, oh, he's good in this area, he's good in that area. You can't look at that if you keep hopping from team to team. You're not going to average the same thing on one team you do the other.
Yeah.
You don't know how those guys play. And that's why I look at the University of Memphis, that they have such a hard time the first part of the season because none of those guys ever played together. Yeah, they trying to gel together, trying to, get real comfortable with how they play. Like when we played, we were there 3 years, 4 years together. So we were in tune with how each other played because we played against each other in the summertime and we played during regular season.
So what do you think about how Penny has taken on a lot of what's happened in the college basketball world and led the Tigers?
I'm telling you, Penny has done a phenomenal job with the situations he's been in. I don't even think I could have been through that. I don't think I could have done it. I take my hat off to him because, if you can take, not just taking the basketball, but taking the attitude and the how the other guys, you know, get along. You know how when some guys come places, you know, they're at the point to where, hey, I'm the man, I'm gonna be this, he'll be the way. I'm not gonna share anything with you. Okay, how are we gonna be a teammate if we're not sharing? You know what I mean?
Right.
And he has different attitudes to deal with, different personalities to deal with, you know, all on one team.
Yeah.
You know, and
On top of
he's never
NIL and
seen
everything else.
he's never coached these guys before. These guys never played together before. That's a hard thing to do.
Sure. Well, I appreciate your opinion on so many things, and I want to say congratulations on your induction into the American Basketball Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Which will be on November the 9th.
November the
now,
9th.
not August the 19th. The host got it wrong. November the 9th. Mr. Bedford, look forward to seeing you in your speech and what you got cooking in a
Thank you.
couple months.